Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today. We're diving into a remarkable chapter of America's numismatic story, the 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter. While this quarter might seem like just another piece of change at first glance, there's a hidden world behind this tiny coin that makes it an extraordinary find for collectors worldwide. So, if you're ready to explore what makes the 1999 Pennsylvania Quarter so special, rare, and potentially incredibly valuable, stick with me, because this is going to be an eye-opener. The Pennsylvania Quarter was the second release in the famous 50 State Quarters series, which kicked off in 1999. This ambitious program was designed to honor each state's unique history and identity, and Pennsylvania's coin is no exception. Featuring the striking statue of Commonwealth, perched atop the Pennsylvania State Capitol Dome, alongside a detailed outline of the state, this design beautifully represents Pennsylvania's pivotal role in American history, a state known as the Keystone State. The inscriptions around the coin include United States of America, the Keystone State, 1999, and the ever-important motto, E Pluribus Unum. Millions of these quarters flooded the market and everyday circulation, so you might assume they're quite common. However, within those millions, some Pennsylvania quarters stand out for reasons that are not immediately obvious to the casual observer. These particular coins exhibit rare minting errors and distinctive characteristics that turn an ordinary quarter into a numismatic treasure point. One of the most fascinating and valuable anomalies is the double die obverse error. This means that during the coin's production, the die struck the coin twice, but slightly misaligned. The result? A shadowy, doubled image effect most visible around the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and especially the date 1999. This doubling isn't a glaring mistake. It's subtle enough that it requires a magnifying glass or loupe to detect, but once you spot it, you realize just how unique the coin is. Coins exhibiting this error are incredibly rare, making them highly prized among collectors. Another fascinating error to watch for is the off-center strike. Sometimes, the coin blank, planchet, wasn't perfectly aligned in the press, leading to the design being shifted off-center. Depending on how far off the strike is, parts of the design, lettering, or date can be missing or faint. Off-center strikes are prized because each one is a unique accident of the minting process, making them special collector's items. The more visible the date and details on these misaligned coins, the more valuable they become. There are also clipped planchet errors, which occur when the blank is improperly cut, leading to quarters with curved or straight missing edges. These clipped coins stand out visually and are highly desirable because no two clipped planchets are exactly alike. The distinctiveness of these coins makes them particularly collectible. Then there are the subtler details like die cracks and struck-through errors, where imperfections in the die cause raised lines or blemishes on the coin's surface. Though minor, these flaws add character and rarity, creating a unique story behind each coin's creation. Of course, condition plays a crucial role in the coin's value. The 1999 Pennsylvania quarters you find in circulation often show signs of wear, dull surfaces, scratches, and faded details. But coins preserved in mint state condition, with sharp details and no signs of handling, are extremely rare and command much higher prices. Collectors and investors seek out coins graded by professional organizations like PCGS or NGC, which can certify a coin's condition and authenticity, pushing the value even higher. Now, here's the exciting part that every collector loves. The value. A rare 1999 Pennsylvania State Quarter with these minting errors, especially one in pristine mint state condition, can fetch an astonishing price. If you're lucky enough to own such a coin, it could be worth as much as $86,000. Yes, you heard that right. $86,000 for a single quarter. It's incredible to think that a coin we often take for granted in everyday transactions can hide such extraordinary value. This is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. Every coin has a story, a history, and sometimes a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. If you happen to come across a 1999 Pennsylvania quarter, don't just toss it in your pocket. Take a moment to examine it closely. Use a magnifier to look for doubling. Check for off-center strikes or clipped edges, and inspect it carefully for any unusual marks. If you spot something out of the ordinary, consider having it professionally graded. You could be holding a very special piece of American history. Top 2, we're taking a fascinating journey into the world of one of the most captivating coins from the United States Mint, the 2004 Florida State Quarter. This small piece of metal, often overlooked in your pocket change, holds secrets and surprises that have made it a highly sought-after treasure in the coin collecting community. If you love coins or are curious about rare finds that could be worth a fortune, you'll want to listen carefully and stick around till the very end. Trust me, this story will blow your mind. The Florida Quarter was released as part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program, a series that ran from 1999 through 2008 to honor each state's unique history, culture, and contributions to the nation. Florida's quarter is packed with symbolism. The reverse side features the iconic state outline, a soaring sabal palm tree, the state tree, and the brilliant sun shining over the horizon. The inscriptions proudly display Florida, in God we trust, e pluribus unum, in the year 2004, reflecting the state's natural beauty and vibrant spirit. At first glance, you might think millions of these quarters were minted. So they must be common, right? Well, yes and no. While millions were released into circulation, what makes the 2004 Florida Quarter truly fascinating and potentially very valuable are the rare minting errors and unique variations that slip through the U.S. Mint's quality control. These anomalies are what coin collectors dream about and are willing to pay top dollar to own. One of the most coveted errors associated with the Florida Quarter is the double die obverse. This error occurs when the coin's design is struck twice during the minting process but slightly misaligned, causing the lettering and numbers on the front, especially around Liberty and God We Trust, and the date, to appear doubled or shadowed. This doubling is not always obvious to the naked eye but becomes striking under magnification, turning a regular quarter into a rare and valuable collector's item. Another remarkable error to look for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank isn't perfectly positioned in the minting press, resulting in part of the design being cut off or shifted to one side. These off-center quarters vary in how much of the design is missing, and the more of the date and lettering that remain visible, the more prized the coin becomes. Off-center strikes are especially rare and command high prices among collectors because every one is unique. Don't overlook the clipped planchet error, where the coin's metal blank is improperly cut, leading to coins with missing edges or unusual curved indentations. These clipped quarters are visually striking and one-of-a-kind, which adds to their rarity and value. Beyond these striking errors, some coins show die cracks, fine raised lines caused by a damaged die during production. These subtle imperfections can sometimes significantly boost a coin's appeal because they tell a unique story about the minting process. Condition is paramount when it comes to coin value. The majority of Florida quarters in circulation have seen wear and tear, scratches, faded details, and dull surfaces. But coins preserved in mint state condition, those with crisp details and no signs of handling, are exceedingly rare. These top-grade coins, especially when exhibiting mint errors, are what drive the market's highest prices. Professional grading by organizations like PCGS and NGC can authenticate a coin's condition and enhance its collectible status. Now for the exciting revelation. A 2004 Florida State Quarter that displays these rare minting errors and is preserved in near-perfect condition could fetch a staggering price. Believe it or not, some of these remarkable coins have sold for as much as $84,000. That's $84,000 for a single quarter. It's incredible to think something so small and everyday could be worth such an extraordinary sum. But that's the allure of coin collecting, the thrill of uncovering a hidden treasure with a rich history and rare features. If you have any 2004 Florida quarters, don't just toss them aside. Examine them closely, especially with a magnifying glass. Look for signs of doubling, off-center strikes, clipped edges, or unusual marks. If you find anything unusual, don't hesitate to have it professionally evaluated. You might just be sitting on a rare gem. Top 3, we're zeroing in on a special piece from the United States Mint, the 2017 Effigy Mounds National Monument Quarter. This quarter is not just a piece of currency. It's a beautiful tribute to an important part of American history and culture. And if you're a collector, you'll want to listen very closely because this coin hides some rare features that could make it incredibly valuable. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll learn just how much one of these quarters could be worth, and the figure might surprise you. Let's start with a bit of background. The Effigy Mounds quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which ran from 2010 to 2021, highlighting national parks and monuments across the United States. The 2017 release celebrates the Effigy Mounds National Monument in Iowa, famous for its ancient Native American earthworks shaped like animals and birds. These mounds have a deep spiritual and historical significance, serving as sacred burial sites built centuries ago. The reverse design of the coin beautifully captures two of these animal-shaped mounds, an eagle and a bear, set against the backdrop of the Iowa landscape, creating a coin that's rich in both artistic detail and cultural importance. Now, while millions of these quarters were minted and distributed for everyday use, what makes the 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter so intriguing to collectors is the existence of certain minting errors and rare variations that can transform this common coin into a prized collector's item. Let's break down these fascinating details. Point one of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse, which happens when the coin's design is stamped twice but slightly misaligned during production. This results in a doubling effect on the front side, particularly noticeable around the inscriptions like "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the year 2017. What makes this so special is that it's an unintentional flaw that collectors eagerly chase, as it makes each coin with this error unique and rare. Another exciting variation you might come across is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned with the die during the stamping process, causing part of the design to be cut off or shifted. Off-center coins vary widely, from slight misalignments to extreme cases where large portions of the design are missing. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin tends to be. These errors are fascinating because they're like one-of-a-kind artistic accidents from the mint. You may also encounter what's known as a clipped planchet error. This happens when the coin blank is improperly cut, resulting in coins with missing edges or distinctive curved indentations. Clipped planchets are visually striking and extremely rare, adding a layer of uniqueness that collectors find irresistible. But in addition to these major errors, some coins feature die cracks or die breaks, small raised lines or imperfections caused by damage to the coin's die. While more subtle, these imperfections add to a coin's story and rarity, especially when found in combination with other errors. Now, condition plays a crucial role in the value of these quarters. Most coins in circulation have signs of wear, scratches, dull surfaces, and faded details. However, coins that have been preserved in pristine, mint-state condition with sharp details and no signs of handling are incredibly rare. When combined with the errors we've discussed, these mint-state error coins become absolute gems. So, how much can these rare and flawless 2017 Effigy Mounds quarters be worth? Here comes the jaw-dropping part. Some of these rare coins with significant errors and in top condition have sold for as much as $82,000. If that's $82,000 for a single quarter, it's amazing to think that a small, everyday coin could hold such immense value. But that's exactly the magic of coin collecting. It's about spotting the rare and unexpected in the ordinary. If you've got a 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter lying around, don't just toss it into your change jar. Take a closer look, perhaps under a magnifying glass, and keep an eye out for doubling, off-center strikes, clipped edges, or unusual marks. If you spot anything that looks unusual, consider having it professionally graded or appraised. You might just have a priceless treasure in your hands. Top forward, diving deep into a fascinating piece of American history. The 2006 Colorado State quarter from the United States Mint. This coin might look like your typical quarter at first glance, but trust me, there's so much more beneath the surface. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin has some truly rare characteristics and errors that make it a must-watch topic. So, listen carefully, because by the end of this video, you'll discover how much this seemingly ordinary quarter could be worth. And it might just blow your mind. Let's start with some background to set the stage. The Colorado State Quarter was released in 2006 as part of the 50 State Quarters program, which was a huge success in the U.S. Mint's history. This program ran from 1999 to 2008 and aimed to celebrate each state's unique heritage and landmarks. The Colorado quarter highlights the state's breathtaking natural beauty, featuring a striking design of the Rocky Mountains with evergreen trees in the foreground, and the inscription, "Colorful Colorado." The reverse side showcases this rugged landscape, perfectly capturing the spirit and pride of Colorado's outdoor lifestyle. Millions of these quarters were minted and distributed. So why is this particular coin creating such a buzz in the collecting community? The answer lies in rarity and those elusive minting errors that elevate a coin's value far beyond its face value. Today, we're going to explore the unique factors that make the 2006 Colorado quarter stand out among thousands of others. First, let's talk about one of the most notable mint errors, the double die reverse. This error happens when the coin's design is struck twice but slightly offset during the minting process, causing certain elements on the reverse side, the mountains, trees, or lettering, to appear doubled. This doubling effect is subtle but noticeable under magnification, and it makes each coin unique. Coins with this error are highly sought after because they're rare, and collectors know these imperfections are like hidden treasures. Next up, the off-center strike error is another major rarity found in some Colorado quarters. This occurs when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned with the die, resulting in part of the design being cut off or shifted to one side. The degree of misalignment varies, and the more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin tends to be. An off-center strike adds character and uniqueness, making it stand apart from the millions of perfectly struck quarters. Another fascinating error seen in these quarters is the clipped planchet. This error arises when the metal blank is improperly cut before being struck, leaving a noticeable curved or straight clip missing from the coin's edge. This kind of error is rare and visually striking. Collectors love these because every clipped planchet coin is a one-of-a-kind piece. Sometimes, you might also spot die cracks or die breaks on the Colorado quarter. These are tiny raised lines or imperfections caused by damage to the coin's die used in striking the coins. While they may seem like minor flaws, coins with these cracks can be quite valuable, especially when combined with other errors or in exceptional condition. Speaking of condition, this is a crucial factor in determining the worth of any coin. Most of these quarters have been in circulation for years, accumulating scratches, dirt, and wear. But when a coin is found in mint state condition, meaning it looks as crisp and fresh as the day it was made, it instantly becomes more desirable. If you combine a pristine condition with one or more of the errors mentioned above, you're looking at a coin that can command a premium price among collectors. Now, let's talk about the market value. These unique error coins have gained attention in auctions and private sales, where some rare specimens have fetched astonishing prices. For collectors who know what to look for, a 2006 Colorado quarter with these rare errors and in outstanding condition can be worth up to $80,000. Yes, that's $80,000 for a single quarter. This is why it pays to take a second look at those coins jingling in your pocket or tucked away in your collection. You could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. If you have a 2006 Colorado State quarter, especially one that looks unusual or shows any signs of doubling, misalignment, clipping, or cracks, it's definitely worth getting it examined by a professional coin grader. You never know, you might just have one of the rarest and most valuable quarters out there. Top 5, we're uncovering the fascinating story behind one of the most intriguing quarters ever minted, the United States 2020 Salt River Bay Quarter. This coin is part of the America the Beautiful series, celebrating the Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve in the U.S. Virgin Islands. But there's so much more to this quarter than just its beautiful design. If you're a coin lover or a serious collector, you're going to want to listen closely, because this quarter has some unique traits and errors that can make it incredibly rare and extremely valuable. The Salt River Bay Quarter was released in 2020 as one of the final coins in the America the Beautiful series. It commemorates Salt River Bay, a place rich with cultural history and natural beauty. The reverse design showcases an artistic representation of the island's famous underwater coral reef and marine life. It's a tribute to the ecological significance of this protected area and highlights the Virgin Islands' unique environment. At first glance, this coin looks like any other quarter in circulation. Millions were minted and distributed across the country. However, there's a hidden world of collectors who have discovered that certain versions of the Salt River Bay Quarter are extremely rare, especially those with minting errors or those found in pristine. Uncirculated condition point. One of the most sought-after features among collectors is the double die error. This occurs when the coin's design is struck twice by the minting press but slightly misaligned, creating a doubling effect on the lettering or imagery. On the Salt River Bay quarter, this can be seen on the words Salt River Bay or on the intricate details of the coral reef design. Coins exhibiting this doubling are highly prized because they are limited in number and showcase the fascinating quirks of the minting process. Another remarkable error linked to this coin is the off-center strike. When a blank coin planchet is not properly aligned under the die, the resulting coin appears to have the design shifted, with part of the design cut off or moved toward one side. The Salt River Bay quarter with a pronounced off-center strike is extremely rare and instantly catches the eye of collectors due to its uniqueness and visual impact. There's also the clipped planchet error, where a portion of the coin's edge is missing because of an improperly cut blank. This irregularity makes the coin one of a kind and significantly increases its value. These clipped planchets combined with the Salt River Bay design make for highly collectible coins that can fetch big prices. Die cracks and die breaks, subtle raised lines or imperfections caused by tiny fractures in the coin's die, are another form of error that can be found on rare specimens of this quarter. While small, these features make the coin stand out and increase interest among collectors who specialize in error coins. Of course, condition plays a massive role in a coin's value. The Salt River Bay quarters were released only a few years ago, so many are still in excellent condition. However, finding one in perfect mint state condition, completely free of scratches, discoloration, or wear, is surprisingly rare, especially outside of official mint sets. Combine that with one of the errors we discussed, and you have a coin that commands serious attention. Now let's get to the most exciting part, the value. The Salt River Bay quarter, when found with these rare errors and in pristine condition, has been making waves in the collector's market. Some of these coins have sold at auction or through private sales for jaw-dropping amounts. Believe it or not, this quarter can be worth up to $78,000. That's $78,000 for a single quarter, if you're watching this and happen to have a 2020 Salt River Bay quarter. I highly recommend examining it closely for any unusual marks, doubling, or signs of minting errors. It could be the start of an incredible discovery for your collection and possibly a small fortune. Thank you so much for tuning in and exploring the remarkable story of the Salt River Bay quarter with me. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, mint errors, and valuable treasures hidden in everyday change, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss out on our exciting coin adventures. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your coins safe, and happy collecting.